Meal prep in Ramadan is a game changer, and it makes healthy eating easy and delicious so you can stay healthy and have way more energy all month long and lose body fat instead of gaining it. So how do you do it? Well, typically on a healthy, high-protein Ramadan diet, you're going to be eating about half a pound to a pound of lean protein per day, meaning chicken breast, wild-caught salmon, lean grass-fed beef, the classics. So all you need to do is multiply that by however many days you're meal prepping for. So let's say that you're meal prepping for 7 days and you eat 1 pound of lean protein a day. You can get 3 pounds of chicken, 3 pounds of beef, 1 pound of salmon, or whatever combo you like. And if it's your first time, I'd recommend just get 7 pounds of one thing. From there, prep the proteins in whichever way you'd like, as long as you're not using any high-calorie seasoning. If you've never meal prepped before, I would just use, again, one form of protein. That way it's a lot easier. So let's say we do 7 pounds of chicken breast, and you could follow any of my recipes and comment down below with the word recipe for my 42-page recipe book with all of my popular sample recipes that are delicious and healthy. And one of the easiest recipes in the book is the slow cooker chicken, but I also have some faster recipes too, because obviously the slow cooker takes some time. But what you do is you put in the slow cooker for 4 hours with a bit of curry powder, shawarma mix, or sugar-free barbecue sauce, whatever flavors you're going for, whether it's Desi, Middle Eastern, American. You can even do a teriyaki type flavor, and we've got recipes for that as well. Just don't use teriyaki mix because it has some questionable ingredients and it has a lot of calories. Anyways, like I said, before I get to the next step in meal prep, I know it's hard to find good recipes, so comment recipe below, like I said, for the 40+ page sample recipe book of all my favorite recipes, including batch meal prep for healthy biryani, air fryer samosas, air fryer fried chicken, and many other classics, both inside and outside of Ramadan. Now, once you've prepped your proteins, it's time to prep your carbs if you need to, if you haven't already. Like a lot of the times we might already have like some rice made, but the problem is that the family rice has too much oil in it. So you might need to make your own rice or request that they add oil afterwards so you can have some rice without oil. Or if there's no way to separate the oil from the rice because you're at your grandma's house or whatever, you might have to avoid rice, even though I'm usually not, an opponent of rice per se. But anyways, in addition to that, maybe you're making like my healthy biryani recipe, you would have already made the rice and potato, so you may not necessarily need to make the carbs. But let's say you made my curry recipe, then you still have room for carbs. So what you want to do is you want to prep the carb using the ratios that I've discussed in other videos. So for every gram of protein on a fat loss diet, you want 0.8 to 1 gram of carbs. So for 2 pounds of chicken and the whole batch prep, you're going to get about 2 to 3 cups of cooked rice, which is made from 1 cup of dry rice. And I spell all of that out for you in the recipe book, of course. And then lastly, both inside and outside of Ramadan, it's important we get our fiber intake, especially in Ramadan. If you've ever gotten constipated from the dehydration and all that food you've been eating, obviously by fixing the foods you're eating, it's going to make a big difference, but you need to get fiber. And so there are some different fiber sources we can use, such as steamed veggies. You can also use raw cucumber, and cucumber is actually a sunnah superfood that the Prophet ﷺ used to eat. You can also do raw carrots, or you could do a salad on the side of your meals. Just don't add any oil to the salad or veggies because that's going to make the calories too high. But these veggies and fiber sources are going to help with digestion, but just make sure you avoid any veggies that cause digestive issues. So for instance, for myself, I get bloated from broccoli, so I avoid it, versus a lot of other people, no problem with broccoli, whatever it might be. But also on the note of digestion, avoid deep fried foods. Some people do need to be careful with rice and bread if it makes you bloated, versus others can eat rice and bread daily with no issues. Test these things out before Ramadan and see if cutting these things out, then adding them back in causes bloating or not. Anyways, meal prep is just one piece of the puzzle. If you want my complete Ramadan fitness system for free, just comment below or DM me with the word Ramadan and I'll send it to you for free, as well as a bunch of other free resources for Ramadan, inshallah.